Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and in today's video I have part 2 of my pre-fall extreme deep clean with me. We are going to be finishing up the rest of the upstairs and just getting it ready so I don't have to worry about it come September. Lots to do on my schedule, as I'm sure many of yours. So if you're ready to get some deep cleaning done, whether it's in your home, a small space, a small task, whatever you can do with the time that you have, usually my saying, then you're in the right place. Let's go ahead and get some deep cleaning done together. All right, so I am starting off in the master bedroom, as you guys can see here. It's not too bad. I know I kind of did this a speed clean or a speed version of what my before looks like, but it's not too bad. There was some decluttering that had to take place. This room always takes me the longest though because I have just larger walls, if that makes sense. It's a larger space, which means it's going to take me longer. So I wanted to make sure that I took apart the curtains. You're going to see later, I put the curtain rods back up. I had meant to remove them, but that's okay. You'll see it in a few minutes. But I took down the curtains. What I'm going to do is vacuum and wash those and get them put away. And I'm going to leave the windows blank for a little bit before I go in and start putting up the fall and winter curtain and drapes because it's still really warm out. We're in the high 70s. Which I guess is relatively cool for August in New England, but still it's warm enough where we're still turning on our AC a couple of times a day. So I'm going to leave that blank like that. Sometimes I prefer that look, and what you see me doing is just cleaning up the rest of the walls in the bedroom just to get some of the dirt and dust that's probably been sitting on there the last couple of months off of it. So once my vents were clean, I went ahead and started in on the ceiling fan. I like to dust this pretty much every time I do my room, but I haven't washed it down in a while. So I went ahead and did that. That always makes a difference, especially if you use your ceiling fan quite a bit. You can have dust that lands on top of it. I've also seen a great hack that people do is that they clean the blades with a pillowcase. So that's just another, quick tip for you guys for trying to save the debris from falling on the floor. From there, I went to wipe down the baseboards, which you can see absolutely needed it. Tons of dust that just, builds up on there and falls down. So I went through and wiped that down as well. I just wanted to show you guys because it took me not 10 minutes, but just about 10 minutes to take this stupid thing off. So there's a lot of dust and debris, lots to clean on here. I'm gonna do this off camera. You guys probably saw if you watched my first video. I take this apart, I vacuum it, and then I wash it. And that's just that little corner there. I'm gonna try and get behind here to do that as well. But it is pretty dusty, so it definitely needs a good cleaning before I run this come the colder weather. But if you are gonna do this, just be very careful in your home, because especially if you have the metal. The plastic, not so much, although it can still cut. The metal can definitely give you cuts. So just fair warning. So as you can see, my radiator was really dirty. Definitely needed to be cleaned. So once I had cleaned that, I put that back together. And that was pretty much it for the deep cleaning portion of the room. From here, I was able to just focus in on dusting the furniture like I usually do, wiping it down with some Mrs. Meyer's, the apple cider scent. And then you'll see that I'm going to go ahead and do the windows. Typically, I would do that before I do the dusting, but I kind of just fell out of order in my head. Too much going on. I'm focused about going back to work and thinking about other things that I need to do. But let me know what you're working on at the end of August. Are you guys just enjoying the rest of your summer at this point? Or are some of you getting back into that, I need to prepare for the cool weather months. I need to do X, Y, and Z. Let me know. So after I had dusted all the windows, I went in with my steam shot and again just got some of the bird poop off of the screen. I went in and used it on some of my windows and then in the crevices. It works really well. Other things I've seen people do is attach either a paper towel or a microfiber cloth to a knife to get kind of in the nooks and crannies, which works out really well too. Whatever you have access to, great, but I personally love having this little the steamer for different items in the house, but primarily definitely the windows, and then it's been a big help in the bathrooms within the shower and the bathtubs. So now that all my routine dusting and everything else is done, I'm finishing off by just vacuuming my bedroom. And then from there, you'll see me mopping it. That's always how I like to finish off a room. And it just felt so nice. There's something about deep cleaning our homes, at least for me, getting rid of the clutter. It feels lighter. I personally feel lighter. Something psychological about it. If anybody has the studies between, your psychological well-being and a clean house or a dirty, cluttered house, there's definitely something to it. Obviously I enjoy cleaning. If not, I wouldn't have this channel. But I think I needed this little bit of a reset for myself personally too before going back to work. Okay, so a little over an hour and a half later, my master bedroom is done. That did involve me taking a quick snack break, so if I hadn't have done that, then I probably would have had it down to about an hour. Everything is nice and clean. The floor is washed and shiny. So on to the next project, which is the guest bedroom. So this is just a quick look at my guest bedroom. Again, it kind of became a catch-all, much like the office. So once I decluttered everything, I was able to go ahead and start on my regular projects when I deep clean a room. As many of you should know the routine by now if you've been watching. If you missed part one, though, I will have it linked down below. But here I'm just washing the walls again. And these walls were a little bit dirtier than I expected. Usually nobody uses the guest bedroom. It got a lot of use our first 2 years here. And then after that, it's kind of just become a spare place. Maybe I'll go in there when Nick is sick or when I'm sick or Logan wants to go in there and read. That's pretty much it. But like I said, we have been doing a lot of storage when we were doing my son's room, among other things, and things just kind of got placed in there. It creates dust. There was sawdust, things like that. So I really wanted to give this room a nice reset. It's still one of my favorite rooms in the house. There's something very calm about it, which I can appreciate. Eventually, we'd like to paint a few rooms in the upstairs. We're going to leave the hallway as is, but we're probably going to paint the bathroom and the office if my husband and I can agree. And I love this color palette. Not that I'm huge on neutrals, but there's something about this cream color that's just very calming. Let me know if you like a lot of color on your walls or if you want something a little bit more clean or neutral in your living space.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, Life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. 'Cause I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. 'Cause I found my way.
So all in all, this room didn't take me long to clean. I'll probably say to deep clean this room, it took me a half hour. If I was just doing a regular maintenance clean, like a light dusting, vacuum, maybe washing the floor, you're looking at 15 minutes tops, but probably about 10 minutes. If I have to declutter, then 15-20 minute mark. But for me, like I said, I really wanted to get in here, vacuum everything that I needed to. I'll have you know the closet still looks really good in here. I did a declutter and organize a couple of months ago, and that's where the majority of my storage is, in bins in terms of blankets, pillows, curtains, things like that. They're all stored in there, and then the other half of the closet is empty in case we do have a guest come stay in the bedroom, because it is a guest bedroom. They'll be able to put their things away. Alright friends, so this is it. I finished the guest bedroom. I kind of just reset it, redid the bed. Everything's been washed and cleaned, so I'm hoping to get that painting up over the bed. I'm just gonna bite the bullet on that. It's not something that I love. I originally purchased it with the intention of putting it up, and then I didn't kind of like the look of it with the room. I decluttered a little bit of the photos up there and just left the family on top of the armoire for now. But this is pretty much what we're dealing with, and I'll be sure to show you guys either later on in the video or sometime on Instagram what it looks like with the photo up there. On to the hallway, just so I can finish up the upstairs. Yay! So the last thing I wanted to get done this week was our hallway. I wanted to get the light fixtures done. As you can see, the chandelier, which is really tough for me to reach. Usually I have one of those 6-foot Swiffers, and that's how I clean it. I've yet to get a big ladder. Maybe I'll look at that for Christmas, just so I can really get up there and clean that window as well as the chandelier. But for me, the hallway sees a lot of traffic, so I like to save this for last. So this was the last thing I had to do upstairs. Because again, if I were to focus on this first, when I'm cleaning out the other rooms and walking back and forth, I'm just kind of dragging that back into the hallway, and it would be dirty all over again. So I went through, washed everything, and you're going to see in a little bit that I went to replace the vents again for my central air. They were pretty dirty, so we already had spare ones, so I just went ahead and replaced those, because as I am doing my voiceover, I do have the central air running. We've not had to have it on too often, but where it's going to be a stretch of warmer weather, you know, I'm anticipating having it running and probably through a little bit in September, so I'd rather have the cleaner vents. Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys, I just finished cleaning the other vent and replacing it as well. Look how dirty these are. I want to say I replaced this the tail end of April or sometime in May. And we haven't been running the AC consistently. Definitely throughout the summer we have, but these vents are now nice and clean. They have a clean filter on there. I also did the light fixtures off camera, so that's all set. So now I can get to the trim. and then the flooring, and I'll be good to go for the upstairs. But definitely, if you haven't checked out your filters in a little bit for your central air system, I would do that. So now that the tough work is done, and I did do the lights off camera, as well as the chandelier, I was trying to reach to do that. I just kind of forgot to film that, but that's okay. I'm just getting the trim done, and then I'm going to wipe down the stairs. There's a lot of dust that kind of stays over here as well, so I just went in with really hot water and Fabuloso, wiped everything down so that it felt fresh, it was clean, and then I was able to move on to the floors. So this is bringing us to the end of part 2 of my deep cleaning series. I'm in the midst of finishing up part 3 because I'm already back at work for professional development, so I'm trying to get it done as soon as I get home from work, which is a little bit more difficult, but it's okay. We will get it done. I appreciate all of you watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!